Hi everyone. Today I am back with day 5 of Diamine's Black Edition Inkvent Calendar for 2024. I have no idea what's behind this fifth door. It's right here by this snowflake, and I believe this is a like a branch with like diamonds and gemstones and such on it. I have been studiously avoiding all spoilers, and yet again I have to preface this by saying, of course, like it's your right to like open it all the first day you got it in October if that's what your personal like style is, but just don't ruin it for other people. At least have the common courtesy and decency to hide the comments or hide the picture and the name and the description of the ink and comments on like Facebook, or hide the picture or the text like behind a spoiler like HTML tag on Reddit or your blog or something, or do an innocuous thumbnail on YouTube with the title not indicating what it is, because otherwise that's like ruining the fun and surprise for other people who are, old fashioned. They like being surprised on the day of. So anyway, let's just open up number 5. Hopefully the tab won't be too hard to open. I don't want to runk up the artwork. This is a really pretty piece of art, particularly because, it's like black. And let's see, this looks joy, a lilac, and it looks kind of bluish to me, like a darker blue, but obviously we'll have to pull it out and see what happens. It's getting a little bit easier to tug them out. Yeah, that definitely looks like a purpley blue. And this, any special properties, this is a shimmer ink. Oh, and it looks like a silvery shimmer at the bottom. That's kind of fun and cool. The shimmer is kind of not, doesn't look like there's as much shimmer, but maybe it just got like distributed in a stranger or a different way. But anyway, it's just gonna hopefully be a lovely ink, because blue is my second favorite color, and I will just obviously take the plastic wrap off and then do a swatch to show you guys, plus a writing sample with a glass dip pen. Yeah, this is definitely a bluey purple, and I can see the shimmer coming through. It's more of a lighter color when it actually goes down on the swatch card, so maybe it's more like it kind of an ice bluish color, but maybe, as it dries, it'll have more obviously pronounced purple, and particularly when I go down over it, yeah, there it's much, much darker, because obviously that's a given with, a paintbrush or a much broader nib, but it's definitely more light blue as I get down to a lighter coat of it. So maybe I will want an entire bottle of it, maybe not. It all depends, what I use it for, like if I'm using it in art versus, just using it for regular writing, because I would need obviously like a double broad or a stub nib or something like that for the color to make it some true impact. Yeah, I'm seeing lots of, shimmer coming through, dark sparkles. Kind of, yeah, it does definitely look like a silvery shimmer, very like a, not seeing like too much of an obvious purple. It looks more like a blue with a purpley undertone. But yeah, I definitely do like this color. But again, it would be, the that showcased the best in a broader nib or an artwork. But I do definitely like the artistic color effect this is creating. So maybe I would get a whole bottle for like artwork or calligraphy or something like that. Now I'm going to write the name on the swatch card. I'm almost like 100% certain. Sorry about that obnoxious noise outside. My window faces the street. I'm, like pretty sure it says Joy Lilac and not Toy Lilac, because obviously Joy Lilac makes a lot more sense than Toy Lilac. It's hard to kind of hold this dip pen because it's so small, but it's very useful for stirring things. Joy. Yeah, it's going down more like of a darker bluish color on the paper than it did when I put it down on the paintbrush, when obviously you guys can see it's very, very light towards the bottom of the swatch. Oh, I thought the light went out. Joy. Lilac. Yeah, this looks like really nice when it's going down this way, so maybe I would get a full bottle after all. Just obviously, well, I'll have to see how it looks with the much longer writing sample, which I will do in my little notebook, and then I will show you guys that as well. So you can see the longer writing sample down at the bottom. Again, I would definitely have to use this in at least medium nib, like on the broader side of medium, plus obviously broad and up would have the most spectacular and obvious, like pronounced effect if I were going to get an entire bottle of this, because if I just used it in a fine or an extra fine nib, the color, it's really nice, lovely, but it's just a bit too like subtle and light. I like my colors to be like darker, brighter, more vibrant, to just like kind of pop on the page and obviously be easy to read when I, read them back again. And the swatch is like starting to dry a bit more. I think it's almost all dry except, of course, the like thing up at the top corner. So, and it does look very, very lovely. Again, you can see this is more what it looks like in a, like a smaller, like a fine, extra fine nib, or a just smaller paintbrush. But again, this looks really nice writing with the dip pen, like when I first like inked it up. So that's probably what it would look like if I used it in like a medium or a broad nib. And again, this is a really lovely blue color with like hints, like undertones of gray and purple, like a bluish gray purple. So, but it's just not my particular style if I were just using it for my regular everyday writing and fine and extra fine. But again, it would be lovely for artwork, or if you're the kind of person who enjoys writing with like really, really super broad nibs and stub nibs. And for a comparison, this is what Joy Lilac looks like next to day one of this year's Diamine Inkvent Baltic Breeze. They have a very, very similar look, but Baltic Breeze seems to have more of like kind of a rose goldy shimmer to it, and it's not quite the exact same shade of blue, but again, like they both would look so much more better being showcased in larger nibs. Sorry if I sound like a broken record, but again, I prefer like really darker and brighter colors for my like practical, realistic, everyday writing. So thank you very much for watching all the way through to the end, and I will see you guys tomorrow for day 6 of Inkvent. Bye!